Hey guys, this is Rajiv Kumar from Mirketa Inc. Today I'll be talking to you about a marketing cloud rollout. So it's going to be a two-part series. Part one that I'm going to cover today will be talking about the current state of the customer that we basically got when we started the engagement, and then the future state after the rollout. The part two is going to be more on to the processes that change for marketing teams and the organizational structural changes that we recommended for them to make to accommodate the new systems and new processes. So with that, I'm going to jump right on to the PowerPoint that I want to share with you, and I'll talk to you there. All right, so we'll get started with the case study. And before we get into the case study, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mirketa. So Mirketa is a California company. We are a silver consulting partner. We provide services in the Salesforce ecosystem. So anything to do with Salesforce, the implementation process part of it, or building custom solutions, we do it. We are based out of San Ramon, California. We got our global delivery center located in Noida, India. Looking at our services, we do strategy and architecture. So that's where we work with the client to talk about what processes would make sense for them, and if based on the process recommendation, we recommend what tools make sense, and within the Salesforce ecosystem, what licensing requirement they would have. Once we decide on that, we go into the implementation. So all clouds, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing, we have done most of the clouds. And then for data analytics, we do Einstein-based sales analytics, service analytics, any forecasting solutions. We work with our clients to build those. We are probably one of the fewer consulting partners at this point who have good hands-on experience with Einstein. We do quite a bit of custom development. So we build solutions on Force.com. We do integration work with NetSuite, QuickBooks, Oracle Financials, any subscription billing systems. We actually have built subscription billing software for large ISVs. We do have a team that specializes on MuleSoft, Boomi. We have people with Informatica experience. So we have quite a bit of experience in integration. Lastly, we have built our own Salesforce DevOps solutions, which includes doing custom, solution on Jenkins, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. We build single sign-on solutions, and we do provide managed ID services in Office 365 and AWS management services. So that's essentially what our portfolio looks like. So jumping onto the case study now. So we'll start with where the client was when we got engaged with them. The client is a large university in US. And the engagement that we had was to work with them to automate the marketing processes. So before using Marketing Cloud, they were using different tools, and this diagram kind of draws the picture in terms of where they were. So I'm going to try to explain to the best I can. So when you get the leads in a university, most of these guys, they work with what they call aggregators. So these are places where you end up buying leads from. For them, they had a custom website built in Confluence where an aggregator can go upload the lead, and there was a batch process that would run to upload into system called Dojo. They also had capabilities to upload leads directly into this Dojo system. So those are the two ways these aggregators upload the leads on the system. There were leads that were coming directly from their properties. So they had multiple websites. Students, prospective students would come and they would fill in some forms, and those leads would come and they would go into what they would have as a lead management system. So there were two ways of managing leads. One was Dojo, the other one was lead management system, which essentially was their core system. So Dojo would get the leads from aggregator and would push the leads into a lead management system. They were also buying leads, and those leads, once they buy, which were not through their aggregator partners that they work with, but if they get leads from other partners, they would get that into a CSV format and they ingest them directly onto the lead management system. So that's essentially how they were working. From the lead, they would have two-way integration into their legacy CRM system. And in order to run any marketing campaign, they would get data extract that would come from lead management system. So this is essentially what the lead management system, they would do manual data extraction based on the campaign requirement. They would build some certain queries. The data guys would build the extract. And those extract would be put in the form of, in an Excel CSV format. So anything to do with email marketing, call centers, text marketing. So they would basically get an extract from lead management system. Now, once they get that extract, they were using SendGrid as their email tool. So they will basically create an email content, upload the audience from the CSV they got. They would send emails. Then based on the email delivery, they would create reports and then send those reports to whoever was interested or whoever was sponsoring the campaign. So that's how the email process would work. And the two tools that they used other than SendGrid was PowerPoints and Excel. So those were the communication tools. Similar process were followed for sending the text. They were using IV as the texting engine, texting tool. So they would create the content for SMS, upload the audience, send SMS, create reports, and send reports. A similar process, pretty much. And the call center guys would get the extract from lead management system, and they would use that, upload that into Five9 system, and then Five9 would be forming the queues, and those queues basically would do auto dialing, and they would essentially make calls from there. So that was the calling and texting and email process. On the top, the marketing team, the way they worked on the campaign would be like any other company, that you have marketing department and then you have actual the business that uses marketing services. So they had lines of businesses that would sponsor a campaign. There was a campaign creation process that was pretty much done through internal intranet site on Confluence, and then they had PowerPoint, so people will send requests through PowerPoint. It goes through certain review process, which is managed by a full-time marketing project manager. Once we get the campaign understood and approved, then marketing team is going to work with an external agency that creates a content. That content creation process, again, would go through a round of PowerPoint reviews and content reviews, and then everything around the task management with the agency was done using a tool called Workfront. So that's basically a project management tool that they used for that. So that's how the function, the flow would look like. And when you look at from systems point of view, just simplified version of what I was showing earlier, you got a website where the tool, where the lead's going to come from. You had aggregator data coming from Dojo directly or through a Confluence site, through a batch process getting uploaded to Dojo. And from lead management, so from Dojo, all the leads go into lead management system, and that essentially have a two-way sync with your legacy CRM, and then you get multiple extracts in CSV format, and we send it to SendGrid, IV, Five9. So it's not a direct integration. They were using manually uploading to those systems. And from analytics point of view, anything that's happening through campaigns, they would go into Google Analytics and get data from there. As we work with them, we identify the opportunities where they can benefit the most using marketing automation. So one area that we identified was content management. So today they were using offline process and external agencies to do that. So we wanted that to be more efficient, have that automated, and bring agency closer, collaboration with agency closer to the team. Ad management piece, we thought that's going to be a good area for them to get some benefits out of automation. Audience data management, so very limited data attributes they were using, and that was basically an extract from Excel, We wanted them to start looking at automating the data, connect more sources to the marketing automation tool, so enrich the data and so they can run better campaigns. Once you have better audience data, obviously you can run better campaigns. So the recommendation that we had was to run more personalized content delivery based on better data that you got now. Once you have the campaigns created and running, we saw opportunities instead of doing offline and extract and PowerPoints going back and forth. We thought that the entire thing could be automated through intelligent dashboards and report. And lastly, campaign management process that was primarily run offline, and the data aggregation was done through, or reporting was done through PowerPoints and Excel. We wanted them to be brought onto the marketing automation tool. So that essentially was the current state they were in. So the solution that we wanted them to go for would look like this. So they were already making investment and had made investment in Sales Cloud. So Sales Cloud rollout was going on. And so we wanted to give them visibility. Once you go into a marketing cloud, how would you automate and how would you leverage the investment that you have made onto two different clouds, and how would they work with each other? So content management basically would be completely done on Marketing Cloud. Content builder, task workflow, task management, we wanted to build there. Advertisement Studio for ad management, DMP data extension for Marketing Cloud, plus getting inputs from Sales and Service Cloud. So essentially, student and lead data that we had would come from Sales Cloud, and once they had Service Cloud rollout, they would also bring in data from journeys from there to put into the audience data. For personalized content delivery, we wanted them to use email, social, mobile, display ads, all coming from the content coming from Marketing Cloud. And customization parameters going to come from different Sales or Service Cloud. For tracking and reporting, dashboards built on Marketing Cloud and dashboard built on Sales Cloud. Both we're going to use. And for campaign management, we're going to be building, we were to build those campaigns on Sales Cloud. So that's essentially what we wanted them to go with. And once you go with that, the flow would look quite a bit simplified and streamlined. So aggregator, not going to send data or not going to send leads onto a Dojo or third-party system. It's going to come straight into a Sales Cloud. And one of the foundational recommendations that we had was you got to have a core lead system instead of two Dojo and lead management system. You're going to have Sales Cloud as your core system. So both aggregator and the direct web or the uploads, they're all going to be coming to Sales Cloud. From there, you have a two-way sync, bringing your lead data onto Marketing Cloud. And from Marketing Cloud, you're going to run email send process, SMS send process through mobile push, and you're going to have direct integration 5.9. So you're going to be building queues both for auto dialer or manual queues that the rep's going to use for calling. As far as the marketing processes around campaign were concerned, we wanted them to automate the entire campaign management process on Sales Cloud. And from there, the content process would be done on Marketing Cloud. And the flow that we wanted them to have automation, instead of having a workflow tool or the work management tool, they were using Workfront. We built a custom solution, workflow solution that would be connecting both agency and the marketing team around the content building process. So once the content gets created, it stays in Marketing Cloud. The approval process remains in Marketing Cloud, but any task management pieces, we use workflows for that. So essentially, that's how the high-level solution looked like. And if you look at the architecture, you have simplified version. You got Sales Cloud connected with the lead sources. You got Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud are connected, two-way sync. We wanted the leads to be in sync all the time. We had 5.9 connected with Sales Cloud directly, Sales and Service Cloud. through a native connector, and we had core systems connected core systems connected to both Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, and they would basically have two asyncs. So the advantage of doing that is, since Salesforce underneath has one database, essentially there were no back and forth of sending the data. Marketing Cloud, it is virtually one database, although they have two different databases, but you could do the MC Connect there. So with that, we are done. I'm done talking about what the architectural recommendation or what the solution recommendation was and what we built. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how their processes look like and what system they were using for what part of the process and what roles were involved. And I'll also give you an idea about what we made, what recommendation that we made for them, in terms of organizational structural changes. So that's going to be my next video. Stay tuned for that. If you have any questions, and if you want to learn more about what we did here, you can always reach out to us through our website, www.mirketa.com, or you can send us an email at info@mirketa.com, or call us directly at our toll-free number, 1-855-MIRKETA. Talk to you guys soon.